Hi, Leo, and welcome to this week's Illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance. So, hi, everyone, and welcome. This reading is going to illuminate the energy of the week for you and a potential block and opportunity that are awaiting you. So let's see, Leo, what are we going to start with here? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to first pull some cards to take a look at your energy, what you're bringing to the table this week, your external energy, what's going on around you, and then we're going to look at a potential block and also the potential opportunity. And I think I forgot to say, but this is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance. So hi, everyone, and welcome. As I'm shuffling here, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who has supported my channel. I really appreciate it. It means a great deal to me. All right, Leo, awfully quiet. You know, it's interesting. I just did Pisces reading and they were very similar. I'm getting a very different feel from you, though. Pisces was one of kind of indecision. Yours feeling a little heaviness in my chest. It's either anxiety, anxiety coming in, a little bit of maybe heartache that you've been experiencing. So we'll see what comes through here. Oh, Seven of Cups. Okay. Some of you may have choices, perhaps opportunities, and it could be leading to a level of anxiety of what do I choose? If I choose wrongly, then what if I miss out on something else? There could be a little bit of that going on for some of you. The Seven of Cups is one that really speaks to the possibility of an illusion, that there are so many things outside of ourselves that could be fulfilling, but ultimately there's only one. It's our cup. It's us. We get to fulfill ourselves kind of from the inside out instead of looking for something external to us to complete us. Ooh, love it. Okay. So, let's dive into this. Okay. So in your external energy, we actually have the Nine of Cups, which I love because you're moving from this internal energy, a little bit of confusion. There's a little bit of fogginess, a little bit of, I think many of you are trying to really connect through your heart to what you love. And there could be a little bit of this fear of, well, what if I choose the wrong path? What if I commit to this person, or I select this career path, or I try to do this? And what if it doesn't actually make me feel as fulfilled as I'm hoping it will? Or what if it's just not the right choice for me? And it can be a little bit almost of like an internal kind of soul-seeking energy. But in the external environment, this says you have a lot to be grateful for on an emotional level. The Nine of Cups is a very full, emotionally full feeling. It's an individual who has, again, a lot to be grateful for, and he's proud of it. But there's also the energy that comes with the Nine of Cups is making a heart's wish based on that feeling of what is that desire that you ultimately want to experience on an emotional level for yourself. Because we go from the Nine of Cups to then we make that wish for the 10th cup. And that 10th cup is literally us touching heaven on earth from an emotional space. So you have that opportunity. There's an opportunity here to get very clear as to kind of clearing up, I think, the haze of this illusion of, well, I could do this and I could do that and I could do this, to saying, what actually am I grateful for right now in my experience? And how can I add to that, level up, and make it the experience that I want? Not that what I'm looking at all these options that could be, what do I actually want? Because we have the King of Wands here. The King of Wands is actually your energy, Leo. This is the energy of someone who really takes pride in leading from a place of following their passions, what they like to do, what they love to do. This can also be kind of the head of a business type energy. It can be the boss energy, CEO energy. But it looks like this was in the past and you walked away from that. Or you might have walked away from an individual who represented this to you. This could be another person who maybe had been a mentor to you, or the owner of a business, or a father figure even, who kind of embodied that fiery, passionate energy. And it wasn't enough for you. So Leo, whatever this was, whatever this kind of ruling from this place, either it was for you or it was someone else, you determined that it wasn't emotionally fulfilling and you left. So this could be for some of you, you even left behind a job. You left behind a lifestyle, an environment, and you went out to find that ninth cup. That is, the 8 cups here. The individual has his 9th cup with him, and he's going out in search ultimately for the 10th cup, but he holds the 9th cup with him. Then we have the Magician, and this is coming into our present energy. This is you stepping up into the magic, the realization that the cup you hold is part of your ability to work with all the different elements. That's what's on the Magician's table. He's got the wand of passion. He's got the pentacle that is the tangible. He has the cup, which are his dreams, hopes, wishes, anything that connects him emotionally to this plane of existence. And then he has the sword of his personal truth. We each have those on our table, but it is us that comes to the table to create for ourselves what we want from them. And that's how each one of our experiences are truly unique. So there's a realization here of tapping into your own magic, but realizing as well that that comes from knowing what you want, what emotionally fulfills you, not sitting in this haze of, this is almost like the individual who started to walk away from these 8 cups, but got lost somehow in the journey. He went through kind of a foggy, mountainous region, and he forgot that it wasn't about the 7 cups in front of him and continuing to kind of pour into each one and hope something works. It was the journey in search of a specific cup, because there was something here that he walked away from that was not fulfilling. And he knew that there was something more that was going to be fulfilling. So you guys have a very great chance right now to, I think, really get clear as to what you want to bring into your experience. This is getting clear. I always call this my why card. Like, what is that? Like, yes, you have a lot to be emotionally grateful for, but why do you want one more cup? What is that why? What is that emotional connection to your life experience that you're hoping to bring in, that you're hoping to have that maybe you don't have now? And what was it that didn't work before? Why did you leave that to go towards this? And that's what's going to help kind of clear up, I think, this mental fog that's happening here. And I mean, even though this is not mental, these are emotions, this kind of emotional fog. And I think that's kind of why I felt when I was tapping into your energy, this kind of, kind of pain in my chest, in the way that there's an anxiety around that, or a worry of like, what, this way or that way? What's the way? And this is saying the way is through you. What is your why? Why do you want more? What do you actually want? And then how are you going to bring that into your experience? Okay, I'm going to pull the cards here. So we have Justice, and we have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so Justice is your main point of challenge. That's a major arcana card. There is something that is coming into a major rebalancing in your life. This can also be where not only are the scales of balance coming into kind of that level alignment, but it can also be where we're looking at the potential of some type of contractual agreement, something of a legal nature. And with the 2 of Pentacles coming in after that, I think for many of you, there is a feeling here of having to kind of get your affairs in order. Justice could be, sometimes when the divine justice comes in, this could be a major adjustment in your life. This could be actually where you're dealing with maybe the death of a loved one that has truly changed your life, or the death of a business. Maybe you're walking away from a major career path that you've been on for a long time, or you're facing a divorce, or you're facing a marriage, that there's something here with Justice that says that there's a major readjustment happening. And with the 2 of Pentacles coming in after that, this is you looking at the day-to-day. This is you looking at what are those little tasks that I'm going to have to change. There's something here around the 2 Pentacles can be your routine. So what is it that now, with this new adjustment in your life, with this new energy coming in, what are you going to have to do in your day-to-day experience that's going to get you closer to, I think, what's been hiding in your heart for some time? That ninth cup. And again, you've walked away from something. I'm curious to see actually what's underneath this. Let's see. The sun. Illumination. Yeah, that's also your card, Leo. You have 2 cards that are your energy right here in the past. I think for many of you, interestingly enough, there was an illumination as to you wanting to step up into this power. And you realize, in realizing that you weren't at that place, you walked away from something to get closer to that experience. Now, with the Prince of Pentacles coming at the heart of your reading, this is the Page of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. The Knight of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. This is saying, this is what Spirit's asking you to embrace to help you get through this kind of emotional fog. It's to say, slow and steady. It's time to have a forward-looking goal, and it's time to do things step by step. And that's why with the 2 of Pentacles, it says it's time to change your routine. It's time to get very clear as to what is this heart's wish you want to make, but then bringing it into the physical to say, okay, if I really want that to happen, then what are the steps I have to take? And the beauty of the Page of or the Knight of Pentacles is that he has the plan. He knows what to do, and he'll methodically, take that on. This is a card that harnesses the energy of Virgo. Now, the Hanged Man is a beautiful card to come in after that, because that's going to be a change in perspective. That's a forced change in perspective. And generally, that forced change in perspective comes when we have to sacrifice something to get that new perspective. And for some of you, it may be that there was a sacrifice, and that sacrifice was walking away from a marriage, walking away from a job, walking away from an individual, having to go through the death of a loved one, something along those lines. But it's allowing you to see what slow and steady work will create for yourself, and a change in perspective of actually, I think, what you want to work towards. Because then we have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is your final challenge. It's a beautiful energy because you go from the Knight of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is someone who literally nurtures something into existence. She knows that with dedicated time, energy, and focus, that she has patience. And she knows that nothing just comes in overnight, that we kind of have to sit and patiently continue to put effort towards something that we value. And you'll know what that is in your physical because you'll emotionally know the why behind that. Why do you value putting time, energy, and effort in the physical towards bringing something into existence? So really keep that in mind, Leo, as you are moving through this week. What is it? What do you feel you've had to sacrifice in order to see something new from a new perspective in your life? Where do you see now with a major readjustment in your life in general? How can you change and adjust your routine to better support bringing in something you want to grow? All right, now I'm going to go ahead and something is also going to allow you to free you to tap into your magic. I think many of you have kind of forgotten that. You've forgotten this part of yourself. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull some clarifiers to get a little deeper into the message. So for Justice, we have Strength, which is also your card, Leo. You have a lot of your own energy coming in here. And we have Page of Swords. Yeah, it's time to gain context. It's time to have the strength to realize, really what's going on here. Strength mixed with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is the energy of trying to gather more information about a new truth, about sharing your truth. It's also about gaining context as to what has happened. So for many of you, there is this feeling here with the Justice coming in of understanding, of having the strength to kind of look this in the eye, to see what has changed in your life, what has in you bravely walking away from something that wasn't fulfilling, what has come in for you as part of that karmic justice, where the scales have rebalanced, and how can you now see a new truth in that? Okay, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time to move on from a way you've always done something. Okay, let's take a look at the Prince of Pentacles, or technically the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, there's a lot that came out there. Okay, we have Two of Swords, Temperance, the Fool, and the Devil. Yeah, there's a kind of a competing energy here. You've been in a place, I think, of indecision for a while as to which way to go, what truth is your truth. But with Temperance and then the Fool and then the Devil, there's this feeling of needing to bring in a level of moderation. And that really speaks to the Knight of Pentacles. Again, slow and steady. But it also speaks to blending your emotions with how you take action. And that is the key to unlocking kind of this point of indecision of what do I need to do? Where do I need to go? Do I continue on this journey or not? Do I keep doing what I'm doing? And it's saying, well, maybe you've lost sight of what originally emotionally fulfilled you, or what you knew you were hoping to bring in that would emotionally fulfill you. Because then we have the Fool. And the Fool is kind of the 0 point field. It's the start of a new journey. It's literally the leaping off, and with full faith that the universe is going to support you on this next journey. And who better to help the Fool go along than the Knight of Pentacles, and someone who actually does have that vision, who can say, come with me, jump off the cliff, I'll catch you, and I have a plan. But with the Devil coming in, there's something here that's been holding you back from doing that. There's been something here that's been holding you back from taking that leap, from fully, I think, adjusting to your new rebalanced life. There's been something holding you back from really embracing the ability with the Six of Swords, from moving on from something in the past. Okay. So now the Hanged Man. Let's go ahead. This can be where maybe you set up a certain routine for yourself to protect you from certain things, and it's saying it's time. That was a boundary you needed at the time, but now something needs to change. You need to realize you can expand your boundaries now. You can expand the limits you've placed on yourself. Okay, so for the Hanged Man, we have 8 of Coins and King of Coins. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, I think you're seeing the value of hard work, the value of the new perspective of, if you put your head down and you kind of do the work and you do. The 8 of Pentacles is one of methodically doing something over and over again to perfect something. That's how you become the King of Coins, the King of Pentacles. That's how you become the person who has the large savings account with the giant, portfolio. That's the person who is able to build the big house on the hill. That's the person who's able to own their own business. But the perspective is that we have to, that journey towards that has to start somewhere. And that journey, the Fool energy, starts first with us changing literally our habits in the day-to-day. And this can be where you want to have that big sizable savings account. Well, then something has to change. You have to have an idea as to, the Knight of Pentacles kind of has that roadmap. Well, how much do you want to save? Do you want to be a millionaire? Do you want to save 25,000? Do you want to save 2,000? It's about realizing what is that for you, creating that roadmap, and then going back and realizing the only thing holding you back is what you do in the day-to-day. Because the forced perspective, something that you've had to give up in the past, and this could be maybe where, you did have to go through a major life change that took something from you, but then you built yourself back up to this point, and you're realizing, well, when I look back to what I've built up, it's all just hard work. It's literally just putting one pentacle in place at a time, doing one piece of physical, tangible work at a time, and that's how I become a master at controlling my physical experience. Okay, so now we're going to pull for the Queen of Pentacles, and then I'll pull a final card after that. Let's see, what does Pisces, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. What does Leo need to know about the Queen of Pentacles? I just did Pisces reading before you, but you also may have either Pisces in your birth chart, or you may have a Pisces in your life. So could be some Pisces energy around you. But Leo, what do you need to know about the Queen of Pentacles? nurturing something into existence. Oh, there's the Two of Coins again. So same card here. Yeah, double confirmation that it's all in the day-to-day. It's all what you choose to do. So when you think about the Queen of Pentacles, we can kind of relate her to, let's say, a pregnant mother. Now, when you think about it, a pregnant mother she's waiting for her child to be born. Now, she knows it's going to be a few months down the line, but in the moment, she doesn't just say, well, I'm just going to, keep living how I've always lived. And then once the baby's born, then I'll make all the changes. This is saying, no, in order to nurture that child that's within her, she has to change her eating habits. She has to change maybe her sleeping habits. She has to change, what she does on a day-to-day basis, because whatever she's doing has to support the growth of that child even before it comes into physical being for her, the manifestation made real. So there's a little bit of that kind of realization here, I think, for many of you, that again, it's changing your day-to-day to be supportive of what you want to bring in down the line. And it might not be, right off the bat. This isn't like, oh, I want to be a millionaire, and so I'm going to change my habits and then tomorrow I'm going to be a millionaire. Manifestation doesn't work like that. Manifestation works through hard work. Granted, there are always miracles that want to come in to help us along the way, but we also have to be willing to put in the work. We have to take a step towards the gods per se, and they take 10 towards us. So there's that beautiful element of we have to have the plan first, and we have to be willing to change what we do to make ourselves the person who will ultimately be the one who can step out into that manifestation. And I think many of us don't understand that either, that sometimes we have to become, like, we can't just bring in the manifestation because we're not that person yet. And we become that person through changing our daily routine, through changing what we do, and then when we change what we do, we in turn start to change how we think, and that in turn changes who we become. So, but this is all going to get you closer to, again, really knowing, getting you out of this emotional fog of what do I want? What option do I choose? Why did I start on this journey again? And it's saying, remember what you have to be grateful for now. What do you want to add? What is your why? Why did you originally leave this behind? And then it's as simple as, what do you need to change in your day-to-day to start to work towards that ultimate goal for yourself? Not what's going to come in from the external to help me realize the goal. What can I do to change to realize that goal for myself? Oh, I love it. Surrender to trust. It says, trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Yeah, and it comes back to this. That was the right path. Now you get to keep going. You get to realize fully what you want out of that. And it starts with getting that roadmap in place and just changing literally on the small part day to day. What's the new routine to get you there? Beautiful, very empowering message, Leo. I hope you feel the same. If you'd like to book your own reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to learn a little bit more about myself and my services. And otherwise, if I don't see you there, I will see you next week for your next illumination reading. Bye, Leo.